Hey everyone, this video is about my CompTIA SY0-501 Security Plus exam experience. Just trying to provide a little bit of insight to anyone taking the test and hopefully being able to help. So I took the exam on last Thursday. I passed and I barely passed. I think I got like a 758 and I think you need a 750. Those numbers may not be correct, but it was just right over what I needed to pass. And I had the voucher for like almost a year. Um, I think it expires at a year, so maybe it was a little less, but I just never really used it, and I wasn't really studying fully on and off or anything. Um, I wasn't ready. I never felt I was ready, so I just kept pushing it back, pushing it back. So I told myself I wanted to finish it before the end of the year, and I finally decided to do it. And it ended up working out okay. Just 2 weeks before the test, I just kind of, went back to everything I knew. I had already seen all the Professor Messer videos, which are a great source. I would certainly suggest watching all of his videos and purchasing his notes. I also watched Jason Dion's videos, and I purchased that on Udemy for like $12. They also had quizzes in between each section. I didn't end up finishing that one, but it is a great resource available to you for a cheap price. I purchased Mike Myers' practice test. There was like 3 of them on Udemy. Udemy. It was like $10, something like that. It's always like 96% sale on there, which is pretty funny. I also use Crucial Exams. I use Exam Compass, but the questions on Exam Compass, I don't know if you've noticed, are they're difficult because a lot of them, they require multiple answers to be selected. And so they're tough exams, but they weren't as relevant as you'd imagine. So it's a free resource. It doesn't hurt to use, but I think the other ones that I stated before are better. I also use Quizlet. Quizlet I use primarily for acronyms and ports. Just having flashcards to be able to click through, they make it really easy whichever way you learn, whether it's flashing them to you, whether it's filling in the blank, whether it's typing it out yourself. It's a pretty cool place. And there's tons of just different sets that you can go on and look at because they're all uploaded by people here like us. So the actual exam experience, I walk in, they give me, they do all the picture thing and they make you have 2 forms of ID. They give me a whiteboard and a marker, and they say you can't erase anything. If you need another one, raise your hand. And I wrote down like 2 ports, I think. Like I wrote down like a radius port, and then something else. I don't remember. I didn't even use it, whatever it was. And I got 80 questions and 3 performance-based questions. And the entire time I was taking the test, I thought I was going to fail. I wasn't sure how I did on the PBQs. I was just annoyed that, the questions weren't word for word the ones I had studied, but it's never going to be like that. You're never going to get that unless you get some exam dump or something like that, but that's no fun. So I was just kind of mad at myself. I was trying to, use deduction as best as I could to, you could always take away at least like 2 answers from the question, usually, that just like aren't right. But if you know your stuff, you should be able to get there because you have to focus on those parts of the question that are like capitalized, like what is the best way to do this, or what is the most appropriate or whatever. And that usually helps. I read the question like 5 times. I read it and then I'm like, what? And then I read it again, and then I look at the answers, and then I read it again, and then I try to take away 2 answers and I read it again. So that process, just keep mind of time. Be sure to flag questions, even if you don't answer them. Well, especially if you don't answer, flag them. But if you do answer them and you just weren't sure, maybe come to you later, flag them. I flagged probably like 20 questions and then went back and redid those. And it took me about an hour to finish the test, so it wasn't too bad. I should have used the whole time, and I recommend using the whole time. But I thought I was going to fail, so I just wanted to get out of there. It was like, whatever, I suck. And it sucks because they make you take the survey at the end before you actually see the score, and you're just like, come on, let me get through this. And luckily it ended up working out. But yeah, so 80 multiple choice, and then 3 performance-based questions. I can't really tell you what was on them. There's plenty of, if you just like Google, security plus simulations, you might find some resources that give you an idea of what they are. I know there's one on the CompTIA website. I know, what is the name, Mike Myers or something has this website. They have a few. But I can just tell you that you should probably know how to configure a firewall. You should know how to read logs, and you should know how to secure devices properly, whether physically or according to best practices. So that was basically it. I would suggest to just go through all the objectives and make sure you know them, because it was pretty evenly dispersed as far as I was concerned, or as far as the what they tell you on the website is concerned. So yeah, just study as much as possible before. Make sure you're getting above 80% on those practice tests. 100 would be ideal, but nobody's perfect. What's really cool is that when you pass the test, what it does is it renews your old certs if you have them. So I was able to renew my A+ and my Network Plus. And now I just started studying for the CYSA, Cybersecurity Analyst Plus, by CompTIA. So hopefully I'll be able to find resources for that too and do a video on that if I pass. No, well, I'll probably do one if I fail. So that's about it. If you have any other questions, if you want to leave a comment, feel free. And I usually respond pretty quick. So thanks for watching.